All right, next I've got a Wave Rider, Mizuno Wave Rider 1. These are a 24 Pilates collab. This is the King Cobra pair. Um, I don't have any other Mizunos in my collection. But when I saw pictures of these online, um, I had to have them just because they're so crazy. But these are a definite tough pair to wear. Um, but I have made them work. Um, but yeah, they're very, very fun, but they're definitely tough to wear. All right, next I've got a pair of pearlized pink foam posits. Yeah, I had to have these back in 2012 when they dropped. I believe it was 2012, like November, around that time frame. I absolutely had to have these. These are just so fun. The bright pink is just great. We really don't wear foam posits nowadays, but these are always fun to kind of bring out during random times, and people definitely remember that. Remember this pair. All right, next I've got a pair from Offspring and Saucony on the Shadow 6000. Really, really great colors with these. I can't lie. The mix of the blues and the grays to break it up with just that little hit of pink are phenomenal. I really, really enjoy these. Great shoe to wear. Really, you can really pull these off any time of the year, depending on the rest of your outfit. But specifically in the springtime, and then that end of this is a great like end of summer shoe. So very, very fun shoe. Great materials on these as well. All right, next we've got another collab between Asics and Bait on the, I think I want to call these the Phantom Lagoons or something like that. But this was just a pretty inexpensive shoe. I got them for under retail. Great collab. I like supporting Bait, and just a pretty interesting colorway. I really like these. All right, next I've got a pair of Air Safaris right here. These are really fun, really soft leather on here. But of course, the draw is that safari print. I love the safari print back there on the heel and then around the front of the toe box. Just a really cool shoe. Pretty basic, but also, if worn right, can definitely turn a lot of heads. I really like these. All right, next I've got another pair of 720s, Air Max 720s. This is like that sunrise colorway. Like I said before, I like the 720. I love the air bubble. And I purchased these around the same time I got those Air Max Pluses in that similar colorway, because I just thought that was a pretty cool colorway, and kind of reminded me of my childhood, or when I was a kid in elementary school in '98, and seeing kids wearing the Air Max Pluses, and just this very nostalgic colorway. All right, next I've got another collaboration with Saucony and Feature. These are the Area 51 pairs. These released last fall, and I remember I was actually coaching a tennis match when these released. And in between matches, I went ahead and copped these online from Feature. Again, Feature is playing on their state's kind of history with that, with the Area 51. I actually wore these today, and got a compliment from somebody who hadn't seen the shoe before, but it just, like I said, it turned ahead, and it struck up a conversation. So that's always a great time. A great feeling with people who collect sneakers. All right, next I've got a collaboration between Hummel and a few. We've seen a few things from a few, I believe. I think we've seen some up to this point. And I had never heard of Hummel before. This is their Marathona. shoe, but this is just a really fun shoe. I like a few. I like to support them. I think that they always have great collabs, and this is no different. I like this model. It's kind of it's a classic runner silhouette, but these colors are great. You see, we've got the beads down there on the bottom of the laces that spell out a few. You can actually spell out other things and stuff like that. They gave us some extra beads, but I think I'll just leave it with the branding. But a really great shoe. I really like these. All right, we've got another pair from Bait and Asics. This is the complementary pair to the Guardians that we saw earlier with the olive green and the orange laces and the orange sole. These are called the Vanquish Camo, and these are really fun. I enjoy wearing these in the fall time. Just a really great shoe. Same kind of rough material. This black material is really rough. I believe it's waterproof, but I mean, like I said, that's not really something I like testing, because I don't want to be wrong. But yeah, these are just really a really cool shoe. Great design by Bait. All right, next we've got another pair. These are actually a Reebok collaboration with Cameron. As you can see, the box here, we've got that Dipset branding up on top. We've got the Dipset branding along the back, and of course we've got this Cameron pink color. These are just a phenomenal sneaker. I really like these a lot. You can really bring them out every once in a while, but these are just incredible. They are perfect for like when you're in Harlem, shaking awake, or if you're shaking the bake or shaking the jakes. Just a really fun shoe. All right, we've got another New Balance 1600. Really fun shoe. I love the combination of blues that they put on here. This is a collaboration between New Balance and Nice Kicks, but a really great shoe. I believe the story goes that the designer of this shoe, or whoever, Nice Kicks guy, he would vacation in Grand Anse, or he lived there as a kid, or something about his childhood and Grand Anse. But yeah, really great shoe. Yeah, I really like these. All right, I've got this pair here. My barber, who we have mentioned several times, he convinced me to buy this shoe from him, and this is just one of those cases where you win some and you lose some. These are the Cool Gray 12s, and definitely an L on my part. I don't see myself wearing these anytime soon, unless for some reason they come back into popularity. But we've got some paint cracking or chipped off back here. We've got that shoelace that looks like it's been chewed on by an army of hamsters. The sole is aging nicely though, a nice yellow sole for a shoe that's only 8 years old, at the oldest, I guess. But yeah, you win some, you lose some, and this shoe is evidence of that. All right, next I've got a pair of Air Bacons here. This was worn by Tim Hardaway. Really great shoe. I was really pleased when they retroed again. The first iteration of the Air Bacon actually had to be pulled from the shelf because back here where it says Nike Air, they put Air in a way that looked like the Islamic word for Allah, and you can't do that. Yeah, so I have noticed that brands do a lot of stuff like that, and it seems like they're clout chasing. Definitely like a high speed clout chase, but This is a classic pair. I love the colors. I love how the red and the yellow contrast, and it's set off by just a regular black, this black rubbery midsole and outsole. Just a really great shoe. All right, next we've got another collab with Saucony and a few. I absolutely had to have these. These are on the Shadow 5000. This is the Gutha or Goth or however you however you say it. But he was a poet or a writer or something, man. I'm not quite sure, but he was into literature, so that was his thing, I guess. And these were designed after the museum, which is actually not too far from the A Few boutique in Germany. Really great colors on here. The laces, I actually went with the rope lace. A lot of people opt for the lace that actually has script, some of Gutha's work. That's what I'm just gonna refer to him as. And then the back, we've got some of his work as well in this very nice leather. We got a fun box that I have taped up because you know, it was smashed. But you know, it's all good. I just got a little bit of tape around it, but it's still a serviceable box. But really great shoe right here, underrated. All right, we've got a pair of Vans here. These are Vans Old Schools, a Frida Kahlo. There was a Frida Kahlo collection last summer that was actually drawing a lot of interest from people who aren't normally into sneakers, and I'm always happy to see something like that. You never know what's gonna draw somebody into sneakers. I really like this. I believe that the painting that this is that is on here is called the Two Fridas or something like that. But great colors. I love this green leather here, and then the red leather on the back. I guess it kind of symbolizes the Mexican flag. But yeah, just a really awesome shoe. Like I said before, I'm not really into Vans, but this is a pair I really had to have. All right, next we've got another shoe. This is the Nike Footscape Woven. This shoe has gotten me roasted by a room full of fourth graders. But if I could have more colors of this shoe, I would have them. And I've got one more that we'll see here in just a little bit. This is just an outstanding shoe. I like the kind of Native American vibes I get from them, but a lot of other colorways, like the leopard print chukka version of these, are just so expensive. You know, it's probably not going to happen. But this is definitely a model I think that Nike should really look into bringing out more pairs of, because these are just an amazing shoe. All right, next we've got a pair of DMP7s. I purchased these from a local buyer in Virginia. This is back when I was trying to go backwards in time and copying Jordans that I liked that I missed out on because I wasn't into copying Jordans at that time. But at the time, I think these had some water damage, but they're actually not bad. They're not bad for being as old as they are. Give me a quick second. I will check the year on these. I can see it. Yeah, I'll get back to you on the year. But this is just a really classic shoe to have, especially since I don't have the Raptors. I got the Raptors in 2012, too small. I got a size 10. I should have definitely gotten a 10.5 or an 11. But these are, I think, in my opinion, a better alternative. Yeah, DMP7s, really great colorway of these. All right, next we've got a pair of Jordan 1s. These are the St. Vincent St. Mary pair. St. Vincent St. Mary, of course, being the high school that LeBron James went to. These are fine. I really got these originally to wear with Notre Dame gear, and I've got better options in the closet. So these kind of just sit on the shelf. But these are still a fun shoe. These will be nice to pull out sometime. I've got extra laces. I got the extra laces with these. And they're just old enough now to kind of, people might have forgotten about them. So yeah, a pretty solid pair. You can see they really haven't been worn all that much. It's actually a pretty decent pair. I forgot how nice these are. But yeah, fun shoe. I like the contrasting colors, the green and the gold, broken up with that white and a little bit of black. This is a really clean pair of shoes. All right, next we've got a relatively recent Hue NMD. These are the Human Race collabs, and like I said, these had a nice run, but I'm just not really seeing, this really being in style anymore. They're definitely doable, definitely comfortable, but you're not really seeing a whole lot of people wearing these, and they're actually starting to go on sale. So that was kind of unimaginable a few years ago when they first came out. But they're still a fun shoe. I love the human made branding on the toe. I guess you can kind of call it a toe box, but on the forefoot of the shoe. But yeah, other than that, they're a pretty just plain pair of Hue NMD. Yeah. All right, next we've got another pair of Footscapes. These are incredible. These are actually part of the Olivia Kim collection. This was a collection that was designed by a woman for women, and I liked this one so much that I got my size in women's. Not ashamed. This is just great, and I love that Nike is really starting to put more focus on women designers. I think it's definitely long overdue. But these are incredible. Olivia Kim did a great job with the whole collection. If you guys get a chance to get something from that collection, I would definitely say do it. And we got to see more women designers putting forth great shoes like these. I think all they need is opportunity, and they will take care of the rest, no doubt. All right, next is a Air Max 1. These are the Have a Nike Day. It's from that Have a Nike Day collection that came out last year. These are fine. I like the 97s that dropped too, but these are a fun pair. This is one of those pairs that I'm definitely going to wait a few years before really starting to kind of rock. I've seen some pairs that are starting to get kind of beat, but I think in the future this will be a pair that is looked back fondly on. I think that's how you say that. But a really fun pair, just a lot of them out there, and I will wait till some of those pairs start disappearing or getting too beat to really wear anymore before I pull mine out. But yeah, fun pair, love the collection. All right, next we've got another Gel Light 5. This is from another one from Feature. These are the prickly pear pair. But really fun shoe. Again, Feature out of Las Vegas is playing on their state's I guess native flora, but really great ostrich leather here on the toe box. The combination of greens is just phenomenal. Feature did a really good job with this pair. All right, next I've got another pair from Ronnie Feig and Asics. These are a Gel Light 3, the KFE. So these released when America scored the first goal in the World Cup in Brazil. So these released very close to when the Brazil ones that we saw a while back released. Really great shoe. Definite head turners. Wearing all gold shoes is definitely tough. I mean, we saw some other pairs that I've got that are all gold, or rose gold, but these are a lot of fun. This is similar to another pair. We've got a red side here and a blue side, and then Kith was nice enough to include some goodies. We've got a headband and wristbands here that will not be leaving the packaging, but really fun shoe. I like wearing these a lot. All right, we've got another Kith collab. These are on the New Balance 1600s. This is the Daytona pair, and these are just phenomenal. I was really happy the day I got these in my collection because I'd been looking at them for a while. The combination of colors is just great. And then these, this suede and leather combination towards the back of the foot are amazing. This is just a really phenomenal shoe. You get lots of compliments on these, and I'm really happy to have these in my collection. All right, we've got another collaboration with Ubik on the GT2, I believe. Excuse me, the GT Cool. This is the Nightshade pair. Just a great pair. Rich green down here with the lime green. Never been a fan of lime green, but these are just phenomenal. The way that they incorporated the lime green with the dark green is just really great. It's a really fun shoe. Great to wear in the fall, and you know, I think I could really rock these in the springtime too. It'd be a great shoe for the springtime. But Ubik did a great job with these. All right, we've got another pair of Sauconys. These are a Grid 9000. Actually, one of my first pairs of Sauconys. I purchased these from Quality Boutique on Mass Ave. Rest in peace. But this is kind of like a peanut butter and jelly colorway, and I think that these are absolutely a lot of fun. These are just an awesome pair, and I'm really pleased to have them. They don't get a lot of wear, to be honest, just because I've got so many other pairs and so many other pairs that I like a lot more than these, to be quite frank. But yeah, this is still a great pair. Definitely do not want to discount these. All right, I've got a pair of Citrus 9s. I bought these from my boy Porter, and I could do without them, to be quite honest. It's another pair of 9s that I've got in a replacement Jordan box. I don't know what it is about my 9s and them being in replacement boxes, but it seems to be a recurring theme. But I mean, these are fine. They're an all black shoe with hits of orange. Not really much to say about them, but yeah, I think that this is one of those situations where you win some and lose some. Definitely. All right, next we've got another pair of Asics and Ronnie Feig Kith collabs with Montclair on this one. This is a shoe that is definitely designed for winter. As you can see, there's fur on the inside, and the footbed is also made out of fur, but they've given us insoles that are not furry. But great colors on the laces. I love the red one. There's also a blue one and a white one, but the red one I felt was the best one for me. I'm not quite sure if this suede is waterproof or not, and to be quite frank, I'm not going to be the one to to test it out. I'll let somebody else do that, because I do not plan on ruining these for science. But still a great shoe. I definitely see myself wearing these on a very dry and cold day in the wintertime. All right, next I've got Aqua 8s from 2008, I believe. I'm probably lying. Wow, these are just great. I love how these are aging. A very fun pair. We've got some paint cracking on the medial side, but like we discussed, I'm not. That is not a deal breaker for me. It just shows character on the shoe. Like I said before, 8s are fun. I like this iteration of the Aqua 8 better than the more recent one that definitely looks a lot more stiff. This one just looks more, I don't know, I don't want to say fluid, but that's the word that's coming to mind. It just looks, it doesn't look as stiff. But really, really fun shoe. Great colors on these. And I haven't worn them in a while. I'm definitely going to be bringing these out very soon. All right, we've got a pair of Adidas EQT Support Ultra Prime Knits. This is a collaboration between Pusha T and Adidas. Pusha T being one of my favorite rappers of all time. Just a really, really great shoe. These are called the Fish Scale. If you listen to Pusha T's music, you kind of understand the theme. As we can see, we've got like Pyrex design inside of there, and yeah, great boost on here. Great. I like the gray on here. Like we talked about with the utility blacks, the different materials give the gray different depths, and I really, really like that. So it doesn't look like a monochromatic shoe, but still, these are just absolutely great. There's a brown pair called the Bodegas or something like that, and I can live without those. But these are the pair that I absolutely love. All right, I've got another Diadora, and this is another collab from a few. Really, really like these. I love the colors on these. This is the Dr. Wifa, which of course is a few spelled backwards. Master Formula on their N9002. Really, really great shoe, great materials. Nice suedes, leather insides. But just a really, really fun shoe. This was the more popular pair that came out, which is good because it was also the more easy to get. So I'm really happy about that. I was really happy to get these in hand. All right, we've got a collaboration between Sneaker Politics and New Balance on the 999 model. This pair is inspired by the show True Detective, I believe is what it's called. It's with Kevin Bacon in it, I guess. But Sneaker Politics is out of New Orleans. We're gonna see another Sneaker Politics shoe here in a little while that plays on their New Orleans heritage as well. And I guess True Detective is out of New Orleans, and the shoe kind of mimics what they wear in the show, the type of clothes that they wear in the show. But I really like these. I like that red on the laces at the very end. Of course, when I tie them, I've got just the red poking out, and then everything else is white. So it's a really, really nice touch, and it takes a little bit of finessing to do, but it's worth it for that effect. All right, I've got the most recent pine green pair. They obviously need a good Jason Mark scrub down because I have worn them. I'm trying to beat them a little bit. Still maintain their integrity and their color and stuff like that, but just get some creases in there. But these got a lot of hate. I'm not gonna lie, these got a lot of I think it was unfair hate because we had just gotten that other pine green pair that we saw earlier just last year. I mean, we've got the bread color blocking on these, and I don't think you can really get much better than that. One thing that people were kind of divided on was that patch. Instead of it being debossed in there, it is a patch. But I mean, it really doesn't matter. I think we're nitpicking at that point. But these are just really, really fun. It would have been nice to get green laces, but I'm fine with how these came out. All right, another great Asics and Ubik collab. I believe it's Ubik. On the July 5. These are the Midnight Bloom, Midnight Blossom, something like that. But what a great combination of colors that I guess you really wouldn't expect to go together. This salmon down on the midsole with the brown hits, the black hits, the yellow hits. They just all go together so well. It's just such a well constructed shoe. I really like these. All right, I've got a Asics collaboration with Neighborhood. These were an experiment, and if you are if you've taken any science classes, especially in college, you know that experiments don't always go the way that you expect, and this is one of those cases. They're fun. They're olive, which is a plus for me, but in one shoe, like by itself, like that angle right there looks great. Most people aren't seeing them from that angle. Most people are seeing them from that angle, and they look like Ducky from A Land Before Time. These are not good. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? There is a time and a place for any shoe, I believe, and I will search long and hard to find the time and place for these right here. All right, next I've got Turbo Green Jordan 1s. Really good shoe. I was kind of iffy on these when I first saw them. But I was working at Foot Locker and I could have gotten my pair. I decided to go for them, and these are actually surprisingly good. I was not a fan of this writing down here, and I know a lot of people opted to kind of take that off, but that's not me. I want the shoe the way that it was intended. These also came with white laces in them, and I was convinced to put the purple ones in there, and then just last night I was about to change them back to white, and I don't see any reason to do that. These purple ones are just great. I like the deconstructed tongue, of course, but just a really great shoe. You put these with a Hornets jersey, so yeah, really fun shoe. All right, next we've got another collaboration between Ronnie Fi, Kith, Adidas, and also Naked. I believe Naked is a women's brand, or a women's boutique or something like that. This is the Adidas NMD City Sock 2 Prime Knit. Very tough shoe to wear in my opinion. I'm definitely made them work before, but yeah, tough shoe to wear. Definitely takes some confidence. And you know what, the reason they're tough is not because they're pink. We've seen plenty of other pink shoes, or the shape, but it's this leather strap, because it creases and it folds along your foot. Nobody's foot is shaped like that. But they're still fun, and I think I'm gonna make a promise to myself to wear these this summer. All right, next I've got the Cool Gray 11. Yeah, these, I don't remember the year that these dropped, but very long ago, and they've just aged so nicely. That nice yellowing on the sole is just beautiful. I imagine that these will retro very soon. I don't know why they haven't retroed since the last release. But yeah, just an incredible shoe. Everybody likes this shoe who is familiar with it. Just a really great shoe. I can do without the lows. I know that the lows came out, and those are atrocious. But yeah, these are unmatched. I absolutely love these. All right, next we've got Carmine's from 2014. Just an outstanding shoe. These two had that blue sole that you can kind of see there. And as you can see, it's starting to turn, and that just looks so beautiful. um, the story with these is I was on my way back to Indianapolis from Virginia. I was driving, and the first stop I made was to my boy Kevin, who I'd been in contact with about purchasing these. As soon as I got to Indy, pulled out the money, purchased these, and then went to go and see my brother's graduation. That's why I was coming home. Yeah, these are a lot of fun. Definitely only worn once. I wore them to my brother's graduation, and that's it. Hopefully, maybe we can get a little more color in there before we wear them again. But just an outstanding shoe. Absolutely love the Carmine 6s. All right, I've got an older pair of Last Shot 14s. This is another pair I bought from my boy Porter. Not so sure if these are gonna hold up. I don't even know how old they are. Let me take a quick look to see if I can see. Oh my gosh. So these are from '08. So I don't have the other Last Shots in my collection. That's definitely got to be a pair that I get. And I also need the black toe 14s as well. The pair I had did not fit me anymore, so I need those again. But yeah, I mean, I'm always happy to have a pair of shoes in my collection, but you know, these aren't a pair that I'm always, that I always have on my mind, or trying to think about ways to make these look good. All right, 2012 Olympic 6s. We see that beautiful yellowing, that beautiful aging on these. They still look great for as old as they are. Let's see, they do need a little Jason Mark scrub down. Let's see if I can pick this off while we're here. So yeah, got a little bit of it off, but yeah, they just need a good Jason Mark scrub down along the midsole, and they're back to just being an amazing shoe. Jordan did not wear these in the Olympics. I believe it was actually Ray Allen who did. He did wear the 7s that we saw earlier, the first pair in my collection. He did wear those with the number 9, but I believe it was actually Ray Allen that wore these in either 96 or 2000. But yeah, absolutely just a great shoe. Very happy to have them. This is another pair I was able to buy from Coleman, who of course did not tax me on these. He was very kind, because he definitely knew that I would have paid, I would have overpaid for these. But this is just a phenomenal shoe. I absolutely love these. All right, next I've got a pair of Motor Sport 3s, I believe is what these are called. Not really much to say about them. It's kind of like the True Blues, but with black instead of white for the upper. These are fine. I was really getting these to kind of wear with Colts gear. I was excited about Andrew Luck joining the team when I got these, or not even joining the team. This is a few years later, but I think the Colts had a solid squad when I got these, and I was very excited to represent my team in Virginia. And these never really came into fruition, but still a fun shoe. This is another shoe I'm going to give a few years before I break them out to kind of let people forget about them, and then I remind them. But yeah, this will still be a good shoe to wear in the future. All right, we've got another pair of New Balances. These are a 997, and this is the City Rivalries pack, and these are the New York pair. The story goes with these is that this Tiffany colorway comes from Tiffany designing a medal for police officers for bravery or something like that, and then part of that medal is the New York Yankees logo. That's where the Yankees got their logo. So yeah, this shoe ties in a relationship between the Yankees, New York Police, and Tiffany's in a really nice way. Really like these shoes. Great colorway. I believe they complement that rose pair very nicely. But they're both concepts collabs. But these are incredible. All right, next I've got another pair of 12s. These are the flu games, so they've got the suede upper, not the leather upper, and they've got that kind of sick guy emoji in there. Yeah, these are fine. The condition of them is kind of beat, and they were beat when I got them, but now with these having released so long ago, I think I might be able to get away with wearing them. I sold my most recent flu games to a friend of mine, B Jones, and I was able to purchase some flamingos that we will see here in a little while. But still happy to have these. I believe I can make these work, but yeah, still a pretty good shoe. All right, next I've got a very underrated pair of Air Max 1s. These are the Currys. These are just phenomenal. The colors on these are great. And you can get these for under retail on GOAT, I believe. This is just a phenomenal Air Max 1, and I wish they would have gotten more attention. The original Currys, I know those go for a ton of money, and this shoe right here is I think it definitely does it justice. The suede is okay, you know. It's not like New Balance suede or anything like that, but these are just a great shoe. All right, next we've got another Tommy Hilfiger and Kith collab on the Hyperbole. Again, they've taken another very inexpensive Tommy Hilfiger model and put Kith's twist on it. Again, the clothes in the collection were great. This shoe is definitely underwhelming, to be quite frank. I have worn them. They need a little scrub down too. Definitely like the other Tommy Hilfiger shoes better. But still, these are serviceable, and people do recognize these, and it definitely plays on people's nostalgia for the 90s. But still, I think they're an okay shoe, and I will put them on every once in a while. All right, next I've got another shoe from Sneaker Politics. This is one I was talking about earlier. So this is a collaboration between Saucony and Sneaker Politics and Cafe du Monde. These are their Beignet Shadow 5000. These are a great shoe. One of the best collabs of last year. As we see the box, it's like Beignet mix. Like, I don't understand. Like, you can't get any better than that. Like, that is so clever. But these are just a phenomenal shoe. Great colors on here. Great way to represent their city. And another food-inspired shoe from Saucony. All right, we've got another pair of Jordan 6s. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember what these are called, and I don't really care. These are another pair that really wanted to play on that Red October colorway, and I'm at this point in 2020, I'm kind of sick of it. I'm kind of sick of that type of red. But in 2012, I was all about it, or maybe not 2012, a little bit later than that, but I was all on it. These were basically a throw-in in a trade from not Grails, the other spot in Greenwood. I believe it's called Sneakerheads, or it was called Sneakerheads. It's no longer there. But they're fine. Only came with one lace lock. So just kind of a throw-in that I really didn't need into a trade. All right, so we've got another pair of nines in a replacement box. These are the Johnny Kilroy nines, and we spoke before about how Jordan did not play in the nines, but there was a ad campaign where there were these mysterious players who were showing up on different teams, and they were basically Michael Jordan with a mustache. So one of the players was named Johnny Kilroy, and these are the Johnny Kilroy nines. He wore number 4. Just a silly promotion, but a lot of fun. And I really like these nines. I have to say, these are my second favorite nines behind the cool grays that I have. All right, we've got another pair of Comme des Garçons. This is a Chuck Low. Not really much to say about these, just a low top Chuck Taylor with the CDG hearts. Yeah, these will be fine for maybe about now, like this time of year, with some shorts, or the beginning of next semester. Like, it'll be a good shoe for then too. I believe there are some other colorways coming out, some pretty fun colorways coming out. So I'm definitely gonna have to keep an eye out for those. But yeah, these are just kind of taking up room in my collection. But nonetheless, I am happy to have them, and I can definitely make these work. All right, I've got another pair of 11s here. These are the Legend Blue, or the Columbias. These are fine. You know, I was hype about these, of course, because it's the holiday. It was a holiday release of 2015, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, my barber Kendrick Session at the time, he looked out for me and actually sent these to Indiana. So that was extremely kind of him, to look out for me. We've got the box with the plastic covering still, and every time I've worn these, which is maybe 2 or 3 times, I've gotten a scuff on them in the patent leather, and I've had to clean it. So, but yeah, this is a pretty cool shoe, pretty iconic, and these are actually going to my nephew if he can get his grades up at Tennessee State. But until then, these stay with me. All right, next I've got a pair of Wolf Gray 5s. I first saw these when I first saw these, I was not really hip to Jordans or anything like that. This was before I really started collecting with a purpose, and I kept seeing them, and I was gonna pull the trigger, and eventually it was too late. But this is just an incredible shoe. You see the aging is just beautiful on here. This nice yellow bottom, and the suede is still very lush. This is a very nice shoe, and I think it's a very slept on and underrated shoe. But I am happy to have these. I gotta find a way to wear these in the near future. All right, playoff 13s or bread 13s. These are fine. You know, it's a classic pair of 13s. Not really a whole lot to say about these, other than that they are classics. But I like the shoe, happy to have them, and they're still in pretty okay condition. The suede needs to be cleaned up, and I think somebody tried to use water to clean them before me, which is a huge no-no with suede. But I'm gonna see what I can do with this to kind of bring them back to life. And not really too bad though. A few stains here and there, but for a regular, you know, if you want to put a quick outfit together, these will be a good pair to wear, I guess. All right, we've got a pair of royal blue 1s. Absolutely incredible shoe. I don't know anybody who does not like this pair. Even though there are some inconsistencies in the quality of leather, in this 2016 pair. Like, this blue here is tumbled. On the back, it's extremely smooth. But other than that, like, this is just a great pair. We're starting to see some shiny speckling there, but I've got the perfect stuff to take care of that. Yeah, this is just, you know, a classic colorway that I think that everybody should try and strive to have in their collection. These are just great.